Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with Real Deal Talk. This is exciting because we're going to break down Epic Fighting. What are we on? Are we on 58?
58.
Epic Fighting 58, August 23rd. If you don't have your tickets, get them because let me tell you something. We got a heck of a lineup, bro. We've got a heck of a lineup. Speaking of lineups, Harvey Castellano is in the house. He is the Epic Fighting matchmaker. This is what he does for a living. He matches fighters up so that we have incredible, entertaining, electric fights. Speaking of which, that's what we're going to do today, folks, is we're going to break down the card for Epic 58, and we're going to get into it a little bit here. So let's start out by giving me some stats. I'm hearing that we have three titles on the line, Epic titles. Is that right?
3 championship fights, but the main event is Daniel Reyes defending his belt.
Yep.
And also going for the vacant California State featherweight title versus Jared the Burner Turner.
Jared the Burner Turner, who I interviewed today.
Right.
What is that? How did you get that title at your fight?
Well, there's always a 145 California State champion, and in order to get it, you have to beat that fighter.
Right.
But if that fighter goes pro, well, then it becomes vacant.
Okay.
And I was just keeping a watch out for the title fighter to go pro. And once he went pro and I got that confirmation, I campaigned for it. And because Daniel Reyes, with his record and the run that he went on, he's best qualified as probably the number 1 position for the California State title.
This is exciting.
Yeah.
Have we ever had a California State title?
Yeah,
at an Epic fight?
I've done it. I've done it a lot. I mean, the reason why every other promotion is going after California State title is because there was one show where we had the best talent in all of California, and then we lined up all the fighters with both of their belts, and then it caused like other people to see that, and now everybody wants a California State title, whether their fighter deserves it or not. And what I see is that like a lot of these people, they don't deserve it, or the shot, or even
And so you got it.
Yeah.
And this is for, what was the weight class again?
145.
145. What is that considered? Like, what's the name?
That's the featherweight.
Featherweight.
Division.
Okay, featherweight.
Yeah. And also too, like a lot of other guys that are featherweight, they don't even want to have any part of Daniel Reyes,
right?
Because like there's a lot of people that have padded records.
And what does that mean? Padded record? It means they've been fighting people that are
but fighting nobodies.
Yeah.
And a lot of times maybe they have a connection with people and they know people and they have padded records. But what happens is they get exposed.
Yeah.
And
Okay, so speaking of which, let's talk because I just interviewed Turner, the Burner, right, Burner Turner, and he's had 4 fights,
right?
He's 4-0,
right, and I believe they were all finishes.
All finishes, but I know Daniel Reyes because I interviewed him his first. My first time I interviewed him was 2 epics ago, and he freaking destroyed the guy,
right?
And so I'm concerned. Tell me about this because I love this kid Turner. I love everybody I interview. I'm now vested.
Yeah,
and I like him a lot.
I understand what you're talking about because there's some times where I put together a fight and I know it's going to be a great one.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, oh man, I'm going to see these 2 guys that I like beat the crap out of each other and get hurt, maybe possibly. But
I love Turner.
I know that. But you know what that turned into was, I don't even think about that anymore.
Yeah.
Like once the fight is going on,
it's
the
business.
excitement,
It's business.
right? And I just get into it, and a lot of times in my head, I was like, I knew it. I knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into this a little bit. Let's start with the Reyes fight. I'm concerned for Turner for some reason. Even though he's 4-0, he's a badass. I love him. But Reyes, I saw him. Reyes is a freaking animal, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Talk to me. Is Turner going to give him a run? Can he?
Yeah, Turner's going to give him a run because everything that he has done, he has done well. And also, too, I look at the seriousness of the fighter and who he's trained with. And when he went over to switch Muay Thai, I knew that, okay, he's serious. His brother trains over there, too. I actually used to train over there. So I know that, okay, now he's serious. He has a real coach. They have a real MMA program over there.
Right.
I know that the kid is serious. He's local over here. He's 4-0. You know,
Yeah.
he's on the way up, and if you look at it, well, Daniel Reyes is the king.
Yep.
He's the king of camel right now in the
Right.
division. Well, you know what? Who is up and coming who can possibly challenge him to try to knock him off?
Yep. And Turner's got a one of the things I can't wait for is because Reyes' fan base is
Yeah.
huge. Like they're gonna have half that place
Right,
rocking.
yeah.
But talk to me about Turner's. Turner is from the Reds. From what was it? Verona? What's the?
Yeah, I
For-
forgot which one, but
And I don't want to disrespect that, but I
I-
think it's.
I just
Am I
wanted
right,
to-
Andy? Andy, do you remember that? Okay. Anyways, from the
right,
Reds,
but, and I didn't know that.
and they're coming strong.
Right.
He said we've already got. Was he telling you, Jason, that they got several tables already?
No, he took.
Jared Turner, right?
Yeah.
Jared Turner.
He said he had a lot of people coming.
Okay. So the bottom line is, like, if you don't have these tickets yet, come. This is gonna be a hell of a fight. Because and he's gonna have Turner's gonna have a crowd there as well.
Yeah.
And he said his mom gonna be having a couple. Mom's gonna have a couple of cocktails. She
Right.
gets aggressive. Oh boy, this is gonna be good.
Yeah.
Really good. All right, so talk to me about the other fights.
Yeah. Well, the other one
The
I
other-
have is this one is. I can't wait for this one too. It is Antonio, the last war chief Rosales versus Greg the Beast Harvey. These guys are super heavyweights. The
Oh,
weight
gosh.
class they don't even have this in the UFC.
Come on.
This is over 265. Now, usually fighters that are that big have to cut weight to make a heavyweight fight.
To make 265.
So these guys can walk around like 300 like nothing.
No problem.
Right, no problem. So they're probably going to be definitely over 300, both of them, when they step into the cage, because they don't have to weigh in cut at all. They just come in the way they are.
Yeah,
naturally.
whatever they're walking around at.
Right, and 6'4", college football player against Greg the Beast Harvey, who is 6'8".
Oh my gosh.
They're both 3-1, and they're both state ranked. And this is actually for the and we've never had a super heavyweight title, so
Yeah.
we're going to have a super heavyweight belt for this. And I've also got the California state
For
super
this one
heavyweight.
too?
Yeah, for this one too.
Come on.
Yeah, because there's never been one.
So you lobbied to get it. You got it.
Yeah. Well, also too, there's no other super heavyweights, and also too, who's going to find two super heavyweights who have records that are good
Yeah,
and over
worthy.
3 fights? Yeah.
And
Like,
so
you could find a super heavyweight that has like 1 or 2 matches, but I mean,
Yeah.
4.
So are you telling me that these guys are all going to get 2 belts, like the winner of the Reyes fight?
Yeah.
They're gonna
Because
get 2 belts.
Yeah, because the California state is the entire California.
Wow.
And I take pride that whenever we have the California State champ, because they're representing the epic fighting brand, which I know that if there was a real California State one where we avoided all the politics and everything,
Right.
yeah, we take it all.
And so, with that said, is on that note, I should say, is going to be a lot more publicity there, like because you've got 2 state titles. You're
Well,
going to
with the California State belts, we've been doing this for years.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just that they're not all the time, because somebody might have it and they don't want to face our guy, or they don't want to go down to San Diego.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, is that the co-main event, or is it just
Yeah,
one?
the co-main event is the super heavyweight title, and then we have a 135 bantamweight championship. Nate Hawthorne from Team Quest under Jared Vandera is fighting Alex Pressing from Fight Ready MMA in Arizona. So Nate is our current champ.
Yeah.
And he is defending it.
Okay. So
Yeah.
break that one down a little bit. What's your thoughts on that? Who's the guy that he's fighting?
Alex Pressing from Fight Ready MMA. Now he has a record of 3-1, and in the bantamweight division, the 135, there was nobody who was even like at the highest level that could take on Nate Hawthorne. But Alex actually asked for it.
He did.
Yeah. He goes, "Hey, he's your champ." He goes, "Can I take him on?" And then I looked him up and just to make sure that it was a real fight. And I thought it was good, so I put it in action, and they both said yes immediately.
And so what's the kid that's challenging again? What's his name?
Alex Pressing.
So he seems competent if he wants to fight.
Yes. Yeah. He actually asked me for it.
Wow.
He named the fighter. He goes, I want a shot at that title versus him. I was like, okay, because a lot of whenever I like it when a fighter calls me directly and goes, hey, can I take that guy on? Because then I know he's motivated because he really wants it.
Yes.
Especially if they qualify for it, because I get a lot of people who don't qualify for it at all, and they tell me, hey, I want that guy next. I'm like, how's that going to even?
And you look it up and you're like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
You ain't ready.
And that's 7 out of 10 times when people ask me for things like that.
I'll bet.
Yeah, it's very rarely a real guy.
Yeah. 30% of the time it's for real.
Yeah, but a lot of times I see their what they have behind it. They want to skip the line. Wait a minute. In order to take him out, maybe I got to go through 3 other guys in order to get that shot.
Right.
Maybe let me ask Harvey for it now, because if he gives it to me, well, then
Yeah.
I skip the line. Well, it's kind of like playing the lotto.
Right.
Know? At
Well,
least he wants
bypassing the line. It's
right.
I give him credit for all the 70% guys of asking. I give him credit.
No, but a lot of them are delusional.
Delusional.
Yeah, they come on, man. You're not. It's the truth. I'm not hurting any feelings because I'm not naming anybody out, but a lot of times that's what it is.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's really ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you say to them? Do you say, you're not ready yet? Or do you say, bro, come on?
I don't even respond because that type of stuff doesn't even
garner a response.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm not even, no.
But so you'll look it up, and what's the first sign that you realize the person?
No, first of all I got to do is see the name. I'm like, oh God, the direct message on Instagram. Hey man, he's on my radar. I want him at Epic. Blah blah blah. What the fuck out of here?
So you just see the name.
Yeah, if I know him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, yeah.
And so, have you ever gotten to it? Like, how about one that you didn't really recognize the name, and you went back to you started?
Oh yeah, I had a guy.
So you start researching. You're like, oh God.
No, there was one guy who said that I have a lot of experience, but I'm ready to make this move to epic fighting, and I'm like, what? This is where you start. When do you make the move to epic fighting?
Yeah.
Right? So I looked him up, and he was one of those cans on the Indian reservation that fought everybody for like $50 so he can get high.
Yeah.
He was one of those guys.
Okay.
Because I saw the record, and it was like 1 in 29 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding. It was really bad. And first of all, he wouldn't even get approved for a match on Camo.
Right.
He wouldn't even get licensed.
No way.
Right.
Oh wait. So Camo.
Yeah. Oh, Camo is the sanctioning body of the amateur California.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
California Amateur Mixed Martial Arts Organization.
And
CAMO.
what do you have to do to qualify to be?
Well, you have to register.
Okay.
Fill out the application. They do a light background check. Then you have to pass medicals and then the blood test, which is the most important part.
And so what are they testing for? Like they can't do any peds, anything like that?
No. It's It's called a combative trio, which is HIV, hepatitis B and C, and one of the hepatitis, I believe B is surface antigen.
Yeah.
But it's those 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no steroid testing, yada yada yada. But they do. If they do suspect somebody, they will ask for a urine test after the fight is over.
For what? Steroids?
Yeah, they'll test him for that. There was one guy who they actually asked him to piss test after his fight.
Yeah.
But what they didn't know, if they would have asked me, he took off time for a couple of years to do bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And he was competing. So when he came back, they thought that it was the guy that juiced for a long time.
Yeah.
And then came back, and now he wants to fight.
Right.
When I could have told him that, no, the reason he looks all jacked like that is because he was bodybuilding, took time off from MMA.
Yeah.
But that does happen.
Right. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Okay. We got one other one, or is that it?
Yeah. Well, there is a featured fight, which I'm very proud of, and I really am a big fan of this one. It's Victor Drago Verdugo from Intensity MMA. You know him.
I love him.
And he is facing Eddie Loco en el Coco Barbosa from White Tiger in Los Angeles.
That's a good one, huh?
Yeah, that one is a real good one.
Because Drago's won the last 2 epics.
Yeah, and he has been spectacular ever since he stepped in there. And Eddie Barbosa just won the welterweight belt at for the U.S. Marines, his last fight for him.
Wow.
So with that record and with their weight class, and I saw, after seeing both of them in the same weight class, it's something I thought of, and I think it's going to be a great one.
And so he's a active Marine
No,
right now?
no, he was actually in the Navy, but he fought for me on the Marines card that I did.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
And so I love Drago.
Yeah,
dude.
Drago's a good one. Yeah.
He's what was the one where he knocked the guy out with
Yeah,
a kick?
he did
Was
the
that
head kick knockout. That was his debut.
Yeah, his debut.
Yeah. And I was very happy that I got to see that from where I was, because
Yeah.
I had entered the doors in the very way back,
Yeah.
the entrance, right? So I just crossed the double doors, and I'm just, standing there, and I saw the head kick, and following that head kick, I saw the entire crowd reaction.
berserk.
Right. So because I'm in the fully back, I got to see the entire left and the right and the entire
Wow,
back. And
wow.
that was look, I'm getting freaking goosebumps
Yeah,
over here.
amazing.
Yeah, that was a very, very good thing. And I am so fortunate and glad that I got to see that with the perfect timing.
With the angle.
Right.
So you can see the crowd react.
Yeah, it was more about the crowd reaction. And then when I actually got the video, the fight video, and I watched that over like 7 times in a row, I couldn't believe it.
It was unbelievable. And the great thing about Drago is they have a huge fan base in the crowd every time.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that I was introduced to him by I believe his younger brother.
Yes,
his
yeah,
younger brother
yes.
was
Fought Reyes.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's on the come up, and he's a great fighter.
Yeah, he is.
And then, oh, by the way, this is my brother.
Yeah.
And I was introduced to him in the gym, and then I got him that fight, and then after that, freaking head kick knockout, and after his second performance, well, you know what? You're good enough to face Eddie Loco and El Coco Barbosa.
So how do you think that's going to go?
You know what? I don't know. That's one where I just want to see how it rolls out. I know that I mean, it's no secret that he has very good head kicks. So you gotta, Verdugo.
Yeah.
But Barbosa is a killer on the ground. So it's kind of like styles make matches.
Right.
These are two guys who I know personally, and they're both very motivated. And that's why I think that's going to be an exciting one. And Eddie Barbosa is really, that kid's crazy.
He's crazy.
Yeah. Have a conversation with him. And you're.
Well, can I have a conversation? Is he going to come in?
Well, he's in Los Angeles. I tried to get him down here, but his work hours won't do it. But he is a good one.
Yeah.
He is a good
Can we get
one.
him on here? Is that possible?
Doing it online if we had to.
Yeah, I can arrange that. I can arrange that with him. But
There's
yeah,
no way
he's
we
a,
get
he's
him
a
face
good
to
one.
face in here?
No. But
When's he
he's
coming
a-
down? When's
he's
he
a
come
good
down?
one.
Does he come down a couple days prior to the fight, or when does he come down?
No, he comes down
The day of.
the weigh-ins. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
And weigh-ins are what, in the morning, or when do you do the weigh-ins?
yeah. We do the weigh-ins in the morning. I'll figure out a way to get him in this chair.
That'd be great, dude.
Yeah.
I want to interview him.
Yeah, I know him personally from Los Angeles, and he's always been a good guy for us at Epic Fighting. And same with Verdugo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old is the guy from LA? What's his?
Eddie Loco is 26, and Victor Drago is 28.
28.
Yeah. Nate and Alex. Nate is 27. Alex is 26.
Nice. Any other fights glaring out that are going to be?
Yeah, we.
I'll
we
tell you
have
what I can't wait to watch now.
Yeah,
is the
which one?
The one with Khalil and.
Khalil. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I love him.
A lot of times.
and I love the guy he's fighting, which
Yeah.
I did so many interviews today. That Juan Lopez.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that fight.
You know, the funny thing is that Juan was actually supposed to be my name.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because
you look like a Juan.
The firstborn on my mother's side was always Juan,
Yeah.
and that's
You look like a Juan.
Okay.
More than you do a Harvey.
Oh, well, you know what? I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know why my father named me that, but he did.
It's an interesting name.
Yeah.
Oh, Harvey, eh? What do I think of? I think of, remember the Honeymooners?
Yeah, you think I haven't heard that my whole freaking life? Oh my God, I heard that my whole life.
Are you
But
serious?
I grew up watching the Honeymooners, and
Yeah.
the Honeymooners. I love that show. But hearing that, I'm like,
Yeah. Oh, Harvey, eh?
yeah.
I love it.
You
That's
got
the first
a
thing I
friend
thought
named
of.
Harvey, yeah.
Jason,
Oh, you're gonna call your friend Harvey.
oh, my God.
Wait till I tell my friend Harvey.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Harvey, eh? I can't believe I remembered that. Like, it distinctly remember that exact the way they say it. Oh my god!
Yeah,
People,
so I've heard that my whole freaking life.
people listening and watching have no idea what we're talking about.
Oh no,
None. Like, you got to be in your
couldn't-
50s to know what you're talking about here,
yeah, well, yeah, you might be
Close.
right about that.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that fucking sucks, huh?
right? It is what it is. Jackie Gleason was one of the best in the business,
Yeah,
man.
he
As far as
was.
physical comedy, he was the best.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal. All right, breakdown. So Epic August 23rd, Epic 58.
Epic 58, Reyes versus Turner.
Oh man, I can't wait to watch that. I can't
Yeah.
wait to watch the super heavyweights, dude.
Yeah, and you know what? Another thing that really makes me feel good inside is that Reyes made his debut with me.
Yeah,
You know, and so did Turner. And from getting them from where they've never fought before and getting them signed up and then getting them licensed, and then I'm seeing them develop from 1 to 2 to 3 wins like that.
Yeah.
It holds special pride in me. And then when I see them coming from 2 great gyms that I'm very familiar with, Bonita Mixed Martial Arts,
yeah.
and Switch Muay Thai, that makes me feel very confident that I'm doing the right thing and putting on the best matches for
Yeah.
Epic Fighting.
I love it, and I love that we're starting these interviews earlier so we can get some hype going early.
Yeah,
I love it.
After our last conversation,
Yeah.
that was a great thing on you
Yeah.
to get it as early as possible.
Yeah, that way you get the hype going early.
Yes,
Let's
of course.
get a flow going.
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, I love it. I'm bringing some. We're coming strong. We're coming with a huge group of Real Deal Wellness crew.
Okay.
We're now officially a sponsor, so we'll have a table. We're coming strong. We're coming strong with our crew. We're coming strong with the ladies.
Yeah.
A couple of there's a fighter now that comes to my wellness center. He's a 5-time jiu-jitsu world champion, Leo Santos.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm trying to get him to come with us. He might even be out there now. He comes every day to do cryotherapy.
Okay.
Incredible guy, and I told him about you guys, and so I'm trying to get him to come with us. But he's in his 40s. He's like, bro, I go to bed at 8. So when I told him it started at 8, he's like, what? Anyway, I'm trying to bring him. We're gonna bring some incredible people with us,
All right.
and we'll hype this thing up all the way from now to the fight. We'll just hype this up.
Yeah. Oh, remember, I want to bring this up because wasn't it cool that how you and I are just in the hallway talking
Yeah.
at the fights, and then people are, hey, I know you.
Yeah.
You're the interview guy.
Yes.
I thought that was.
Yeah.
I got some pride out of the guys walking by
Yeah.
and just stopping and calling you out because
It happened the first time I went,
Yeah.
and then the second fight that we went to,
Yeah.
it happened a lot more.
Right.
Yeah, so it's becoming known. So
Yeah.
it's really cool. Yeah, and the guy that sat next to us is joining us. He comes to the wellness center right now. So
Oh,
the guy
okay.
that sat next to us in
Yeah.
the crowd is coming with us that night.
Right.
Yeah, so it's really cool that we're part of this family. And
Right. And you see how things can just escalate or
Yeah.
blow up
Oh, yeah.
a little bit more because of the association with Epic Fighting and being in the
absolutely,
at the fight.
absolutely.
You know?
I love it because I've known Jason. I've known of Jason for CEO of Epic, Jason Stewart. I've known him for years. Of him, I've known of him because I followed his stuff because I noticed that. I'm like, man, we're similar animals because we've been building this brand, black and red. He's Epic.
Oh, I
everything.
just picked up on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's Epic everything. I'm Real Deal everything. And then when I met you, you're like, I want JD to do the interviews. So it was interesting how this came to fruition because I think you needed someone to do them last second because something fell. I don't remember how it started.
I'll tell you exactly
Yeah.
how it started. I had no idea that our production people they lost their whole studio from
that's
the
right,
flood.
right.
So I didn't know that. So I hit my guy up and I go, hey, interviews. Then like he took a couple of days to get
Yeah.
back at me, which he never does. But then he told me that they lost everything, and I felt bad because I was like, oh my god, how insensitive was that?
Right.
You know. But then we needed this.
Yeah.
So then Jason just gave me, he goes, well, what about him? And I went on and I saw your interview with Carlos Kramer.
Yeah.
And I said, that's the guy.
Oh yeah.
That's him. And then after we did the interview here, I was like, that's it. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's it. And I mean, sounds arrogant, but
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing when I can pick them out.
Oh yeah.
And yeah.
That's fine with me. I'll take it.
Yeah, because you're the beneficiary.
Yeah, of
it.
course.
Yeah. So,
I'm the beneficiary of your arrogance.
but yes, once I saw it, I knew that it's the perfect fit. And thank you for.
Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
it's
you've
my
been
pleasure.
bringing.
It's my pleasure. It's an honor. The biggest honor is just being a part of these guys' lives.
Yeah.
I love being a part of, like, they're every single one of them. Like Khalil was so honored and so because he had never done it. He's like, I've never done anything like this before. One of the other fighters, like, dude, this is the most incredible thing I've ever done. He said that just from the interview of being
Right.
in a podcast studio.
Right.
like right the reactions of the fighters are they're so excited to be here, and they're so grateful. They're such incredible guys. So the fact that I'm able to kind of get their story out there a little bit, that means everything to me. Is that I'm able to use my gift and get their story out,
Right.
to tell their story, so that they make an impact, so people get emotionally attached to the fighters. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I've also seen other people trying to mimic this.
Oh yeah,
This interview thing that we've been doing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I see them.
yeah, it's not going well.
Oh no, it's like, hey, nice try.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
that's good. Imitation's the best form of flattery.
Yeah, I know, and,
Yeah.
and I get flattered all the time.
Yeah, I love it, dude. So anyway, it's an honor, man. I love doing the interviews. I love being a part of their life. I feel attached to them, like I'm part of their family.
I get it.
Yeah, it means a lot to me. So I don't take that lightly. The fact that anything that we do in here is sacred ground, and it's sacred information. That getting out their feelings and stuff, and being transparent and on film and on camera, as far as getting their story out, their family, it's big, and I take that seriously. So I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, me too. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. So that's it. Harvey Castellano, Epic 58, August 23rd. Get your tickets. It's going to be freaking electric. I can't freaking wait.
Yes, it will.
Real Deal Talk. That's a wrap for now. Until next time, let's go.